Hello everyone. So today I'll be illustrating a demo of a question asked in interview, that is how to center a div. So I'll be going through three main approaches followed. So let me start with the HTML file by creating a boiler template. So then I'll be I have already created a CSS file by style.css. So I'll be importing that here as well. So that has been done, and now in a body I'll be creating one div and another div inside that. So this I'll be adding a text called child. For this I'll be adding a class called parent, and for this I'll be adding a class called child. So let me save this file, and now here I'll be calling that both class names. So first approach will be using position. So I hope you know the concepts of position, flex and grid. So first approach is position. So what I'll be doing is for parent must be position relative. So I'll be giving it as relative, and this is not required, but just to visually understand, I'm just adding a background color of red, and width, let it be a 500 pixel, and height, let it be another 500 pixel as well. So looks like a square structure. So let me go live. Yes, so you can see that child is at the corner left. So how can it be centered using position property? So for that, in child, approach is position absolute left 50%, top 50%. So now you can see that a child has occupied the 50% of the top and 50% from the left. So it is still not center. For that, you have to add another property, that is transform translate minus 50% and minus 50%. So basically translate minus 50 in the sense it takes x and y axis. So now if you check, it has occupied the center. So what happens here is, from top it occupies 50% and from the left it occupies 50%, and it reaches somewhere here, which you have already seen. But when you apply transform translate, it applies 50% minus of that 50%. So it comes somewhere center of that particular portion. So in that way you can center using position, but this is not preferred actually, because in responsiveness and all it might create issue sometimes, and mostly in uh, current layouts and all we prefer flex and grid structure because it gives more responsive friendly. So let's go another approach now, that is through flex. So through flex you need not require position and all, so I'll be removing this. You need not require this as well. So let me show you how it looks now. So currently again it is, child is at the left corner. So to make it center, you have to just add three properties to the parent through flex, that is display, flex, justify content center, and align item center. So now if you check, yes, it has occupied. a center place. So this is one of the approach where you can center a div. Another approach is through grid. Again, it happens just with two lines of code, that is display grid place items sent. So I'll not add this now to make sure. Let's see how it looks now currently. Yes, it is at the leftmost corner. To make it center, just add place item center. So now if you'll check here, it is again in the center. So in this way, three approaches, that is positioning, adding flex or adding grid. In these three way you can center a div, but mostly preferred is display flex or display grid